Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you America's top foundational health coach, Dr. Joe D.
Hey there, I'm Dr. Jody Bear, known as America's top foundational health coach. For over 45 years, I've given healing, strength, and hope to over 35,000 clients. I'm humbled and honored to say when I was retired prior to this unretirement, yes, for 45 years, 35,000 clients of mine reclaimed, regained, and restarted their lives with 1.1 million pounds of toxic fat, and with only a 5% recidivism rate. Moreover, as I said, when I unretired, when COVID hit and I just felt I must come back and give healing, strength, and hope, it was my husband that said, Jody, no one does it like you, but I want you to remember something, ladies and gentlemen. Nobody does it like you either. Find your calling, find this calling. And what a better place to find your calling in you is on Mindset Mondays. And yes, I found my calling during the COVID pandemic so that over 100,000 people reclaimed their lives. That was my little niche. And post-COVID, over 3,000 now of my internal coaching clients have regained, reclaimed, and rejuvenated their lives in the 6 pillars. What I teach: spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, social, and financial. Today, we have an amazing gentleman that I'm privileged to say that I was able to be on the same stage with him in Orlando with Drop the Mic with Les Brown 2 years ago. But we had dropped the mic visually for 2 years prior. He's the perfect example of what every father, every man should be. A combination of the spiritual and social, a combination of heart-centeredness. As Les Brown says, what we need in this world is a community of heart-centered, servant-driven leaders. Servant-driven. Well, he drove from DC, the Virginia area, down to Orlando, straight through, just to see and be with the man himself. And that tells you something about his brand, Relentless Fathers. But you too can be relentless about your vision, mission to fruition. Speaking of mission, you're going to hear this a little bit. Talk about vision. As you know, our brand, Healthopedia 365 now. Yes, I am still a foundational health coach. And yes, I'm still enjoying helping people reclaim and restart their lives. But we have another book coming out. Yes, we do. It's The Essence of a Woman, August 8th, 8/8/24. Why did I do that? Because it's a Lionsgate number. Amazing things will happen from that. Who knew that coming out of retirement, after I was comfortable? How many of you have been comfortable? You're comfortable in your skin. You're comfortable about the way you do things. And then something happens. You must get uncomfortable. Little Jody from Montana, who came to Atlanta, was a musician, absolutely singing on the center stage with classically trained opera. Yes, I was, but health became my passion. When my mother, at the end of her life, after I was successfully and holistically being able to bring her and reclaim her hope, as we sang with Alicia Williamson. And I'm happy to say, for all that you heard, that there is hope. That's me singing on the background vocals for the Alicia Williamson. There was hope with my mother when she said to me, they gave her 6 weeks to live and then 3 years length of life, way beyond her diagnosis. Because anything that you're going through, I'm feeling like I'm quoting Les here, you will get through. Because it's true, your diagnosis is not your prognosis. And she believed in her mindset that she could be relentless. But what she said as she was transitioning from this world into the next, she said to me, Jody, give others hope the way you've given it to me. And that's what I'm privileged to say that I do, being unretired. We're going to give women hope in this book. Who knew that we'd be in 12 countries with our book? So you've got a chance to go to healthopedia365.com, grab your pre-sale book of this, of course, and just know that you can see this and other broadcasts. We now have our YouTube channel up, Healthopedia 365, because health isn't something you do. It's what you become along life's journey every single day of your practice. So like, subscribe, and share to Healthopedia 365. You will hear other broadcasts that will absolutely give you joy, give you focus, give you health tips extraordinaire. But right now, extraordinaire is going to be my guest that we will have up on stage after our commercial break. Our commercial break is brought to you by one and only my partner, Dr. James Marinakis with Healthopedia. Dr. James Marinakis and his company, PPI, which is professional. Yes, he is. He's personal, but he's a performer, international. I've always said he needs 3 P's after, but it's truly PPI International, Personal Performance Institute. Take a look, take a feel, take a listen to the one and only, it's him, Dr. Jim.
The main reason I believe people's health is declining globally is because they don't do the things every day that they need to maintain themselves. They don't walk enough, they don't get enough nutrients, they accumulate way too much stress. They don't expose themselves to nature. They work under artificial lights that damage the rods and cones of their eye, their brain, disturb functions of their liver. Everybody wants to be free from disease, and they want to enjoy a long and happy life. At the Personal Performance Institute, we teach you how to do exactly that. It starts right in the beginning. The very first things you'll do, which are simple instructions, will improve your health, and they will make you feel better about yourself. Not believe that you feel better about yourself, but actually feel better about yourself. That's what the Personal Performance Institute can do for you.
So you can find this and other information, not only on Healthopedia 365, just contact me, because there's the one and only Dr. Jim. But the one and only that I'm going to bring up right now is Randall Gilbert. Randall Gilbert is a dynamic speaker. Like I say, when I have a guest on here that I have experienced his compassion and his realness, as I've always said, you can't fake real. And Randall is real. Randall is a dynamic speaker. He's a passionate father-child coach, a relentless father that uses his message to empower all individuals to discover their purpose, pursue their goals, and live the life of their dreams. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that Mindset Monday? Not only for fathers, thinking the day after Father's Day, here we are, but always, every day. His training and life experiences have given him the tools to inspire fathers everywhere and to use their situation as a staircase. Don't you think of it just going up the ladder, and a ladder to move them forwards and cherishing their children's hearts? And doesn't every dad want his children to be a hero? You will feel the hero in Randall, and you'll feel the real. So it is with my pleasure and honor that I bring 2 life's milkshake moments. That's Thursday, and we'll have a great guest there. But right now it is Mindset Monday. The one and only, the real man himself, Randall Gilbert. Welcome, Randall.
Hello, doctor. How are you?
I am wonderful. I am so wonderful. And it's great to just be able to share this space with a real friend, because you are. And I know that your story, and I know so much of your story, but I want our audience for the next couple of minutes to hear your story, how you did this. And let's touch on that military. We talked about that prior because it is so amazing. And yes, you light up a stage with that smile. Tell us your story.
Well, my story began, as you said, where you're from in Georgia, just south of you. And I became passionate about fathers because guess what? I did not have a father in my life. I did
Mm.
not know my biological father, but I did have a grandfather who was taken away from me at the age of 14. And because I did not have that instructions that I need, those instructions that I need once I became the teenager and into young adultness, I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes. And I knew a lot of it was because I could not pick up the phone and call my grandfather. I could not pick up the phone and call my dad. How would you handle this? But the promise that I made to myself before my children were ever born was that I was going to be a father for them that I did not have in my life. And
Oh,
I
beautiful.
and when you make that commitment to yourself, it's amazing how God will start to line people up in your life to walk with you and to talk with you and to teach you the things that you did not know. Once you make the promise to yourself, you don't know how it's going to happen. You just have to continue to keep an open mind and keep moving forward. You're talking about the military. The military is really what gave
It's a
me
mind.
the
It's a mind. Now you're just glossing over that. I've got to say, Randall, that mind. See, you went ahead. I want to just regress from it. You made a mindset. Since this is Mindset Monday,
all right,
you made a conscious, competent decision. I was going to, in my mindset. You asked your father, your heavenly father. You still had a father to give you that heart that you were going to be what you didn't have. Congratulations on that. That's just not something I just had to re-emphasize that. So let's now go to the military, which gives you a whole nother mindset now, doesn't it?
it does. And it really helped me to mature. One of the reasons I entered the military was because I knew that if I was going to experience something that I never experienced before, then I had to volunteer to go into an organization that was going to hold me accountable. An
Mm.
organization that had chased me all my high school career. And I told them I didn't want to have any part to do with them. And here it is. I find out that it was the best option for me at the time because it got me away from my environment. It really began to help shape and mold the way I treated people. I knew
Yes.
I knew a little bit about respect because of where I'd come from. My mom, my grandfather, and my grandmother, they did an outstanding job in teaching me to appreciate and respect others. So saying yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, as I entered the military was no problem because I was used to that. But what happened to me is that when I went, my first assignment was Fort Polk, Louisiana. And they placed me in a position that where I became the face of the battalion. I
Woo, that's some responsibility.
I
And you,
had to, ma'am, I had to help people who were entering the battalion and those who was exiting the battalion. And one of the things that I really wanted to work on was becoming an effective communicator. So
wow.
much so that it didn't matter what rank you wore, as long as you could speak clearly and
Mm.
make people believe and make people feel that you cared. They didn't care what rank you were. And so much so that you become such a part of the organization that even when you took time off and they needed help, they would come in looking for you. And if they could not find you, they said, well, we'll wait until you get back. We had other people there to assist,
That
but
that
because
was
of
the
who you
story.
were.
You became indispensable. You became indispensable. You led from the front, you led from behind, and that was perfect. And so then I want you to go on. I want you to give this line because that's what I remember when we were coaching with Les in 2020 when I had my first case of experiencing you, and you said, "Oh, he's not here." And then go and take them. So when you're not here, What did those men say? Say it again.
Well, look, I that's okay. I can wait until he returns. But there are others in here who know what to do. No, Randall always took the time out to walk with me, to give me exactly what I needed. And guess what? I never had to return. And that's what people fall in love with. When you show up and you show up with compassion, when you show up with the mindset that, look, this is my job, do it the best that you possibly can do, and that will open up other opportunities. I learned this. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care.
Yes. And what you did even prior when we were getting all the IT right and whatever, and it was just such a beautiful thing. You were always so real. I'm going to give you are the 3 R's. They teach the 3 R's in school. Randall is real and he's responsible. You show up and you went up, and that's why you're a noted motivational speaker. That's why that you do this with this father being real and giving this healing touch with this father-son coaching. That's why, hey guys, I know that it's the day after Father's Day, but hey, you're still getting the message now, aren't you? So we're going to go ahead and take a real celebration, just a round of celebration for our book launch. Yes, we not only have an announcement to make, ladies and gentlemen, not only do we have Princess, Her Royal Highness, Dr. Princess Muradian Ogalana. She's at the top of this UN flag here. The princess herself is from the UN. She's an ambassador to the UN from Nigeria. But we've got 11 other countries. We will be at the UN for a private gala with the princess after we launch our book, the 8th of August. However, we're also going to be saying that A-lister, we've got now the Women's Essence is a real girls trip, because the breakout movie Girls Trip by Tiffany Haddish is going to be a contributing author in the Essence of the Woman, along with, now I can truly say that we've completed her ghostwriting of her chapter. Dr. Khalila Camacho Ali will be in the Essence of Woman. 3 A-listers, got to get a pre-copy of your book. Book launch is August 8th. Let's take a look. Let's take a feel. Take a listen to Dr. Khalila Camacho Ali. Former wife of Muhammad Ali. Academy Award-winning actress. Author. Motivational speaker. Aviator and filmmaker, humanitarian, 9th degree black belt. Dr. Khalila Camacho Ali, our anchor author for The Essence of a Woman. The Essence of a Woman. And now we're going back to The Essence of a Man, but you can get and grab your pre-launch copy of womensessencebooks.com. But I'm telling you, what a great lead in, Randall, because the essence of a woman is there in manifest when you've got a real man behind her. It's just the way it goes. And you teach these children and their fathers to do exactly that. So take us through your program, and really is this amazing and one-of-a-kind program. The Relentless Fathers. I love it. Share, please.
The Relentless Fathers Army was an idea that came to me after I finished up coaching. And I was trying to find my niche. Again, motivational.
Was that with Les? Was that with Les?
That was right after Les. I went to coaching after Les.
Nice.
And that's where I found my niche. I wanted to make an impact. Yes, I know about the executive coaching. I know about the entrepreneurial coaching. But what was it that I could get into that I could make an impact? Well, let's talk about fatherless, having homes with no father. I know about that firsthand. I know the
Right.
suffering that you go to when you do not have that instructional individual in your life, when you do not have the protection that you need as an individual. Because as I always say, fathers are the foundation in which the family stands on. They're the wall that protects their children from the villains, and they should be the lighthouse. Regardless of wherever we go, we should close our eyes and be able to hear my Father's voice about, this is what you do. This is the impact that a relentless father makes in his child's life. And that is exactly what I desired to do, is to become impactful in helping fathers to understand whether your father was there and you had that great upbringing, you can always take it to another level. If your father was struggling and he tried to be a better father, guess what? You can always take it to another level. And if you've been that father that has been absent, and now you've decided to get back into your children's life, what I tell you, to bring a hard hat, pick, and a shovel, because we have work to do, but it can be done. Don't throw in the towel. It can be done.
It can be done, because you've got, that pick can get through the hardest cement. So I want to come back to this. Father should be a foundation, walls, and protection. As I've said, in the essence of a woman, how we're doing this, it's just such a beautiful relationship, that you have your divine feminine, you have your divine masculine. Each of us has. We have an egg and we have a sperm. If we're going to be a household, that's just the way it is, and it never changes. But I can only be that hub as a woman, if and I can be my best when there's a foundation, walls, and protection. So go into this, what this program your program looks like to help these fathers to do exactly this. If they're a great father, like I'm going to say a shout out, the Hall of Fame dad, without a doubt, to 3 of my 5 grandchildren, is none other than Carl Nylander. Hall of Fame dad. I see him do that all. His imposing, it helps when you're 6'5", but his imposing way, and where his girls look up to him, and his son, who is 14 going on 15, said to me, Randall, he said, "It's not hard. I just want to be like my dad." Wow. He's been a light. He's been a light. And Jack Reese, who is the father to my 2 grandsons that are grown. And yes, I'm going to be a great grandma in November. So that's how it goes. And Jack was just there for his boys, without a doubt. So I can see that. And myself, I want to go into that just a little bit. That dad, who was that Hall of Fame dad, like Jack and Carl. What do you offer those dads?
That dad that is a Hall of Fame dad, I want them to understand that they are needed. They are needed to be inspirational to fathers who are in the struggle. They need to hear an encouraging word. They need to hear a story about what they had to go through to become that impactful father. Maybe they had that father figure in their life to demonstrate to them on what kind of father they should be. But there are those that, if they didn't have that father, you don't have to look very far to find out that this is a generational thing. The grandfather wasn't there. The dad wasn't there. Now, it makes me feel as though I don't need to be there, but our children are suffering because of a lack of fathers in the home. This program teaches fathers to understand about effectively communicating with their children. This program helps fathers to understand, to decompress on the drive from the job to your home. Why? Because guess what? Your second job is just beginning. Your children need you. Your children need to be told they are loved. Your children, you need to be intentional. So these are the things that we as a Relentless Fathers Army bring to fathers, those fathers who have been doing an outstanding job. They come into this army and they join with me to encourage fathers to be stronger, encourage fathers not to throw in the towel, and to encourage fathers that they have everything in them that they need. Only thing they need is just a little bit of coaching and encouragement and mentoring, so that they can get back what they gave up.
Yes, get back. Right, I can just hear Les in my ear say, "Write that down." They gave up, give and give, and really give back what they gave up to give to another that they didn't give up. I mean, what are the statistics? We didn't even talk about this, Randall. It must be what is it? 1 out of how many children grew up without a father? I did, because my dad died when I was 3.
Wow. Wow.
You know, yes. What is
I'm
that?
sorry.
Yeah, what is that's a statistic? I mean, I can say for myself, even being a very successful woman, I know that's why 3rd time's the charm, that I needed to become Mrs. Bear to find a man, because I had that much healing to do, because I lost my father. What is that statistic? How many children grow up without a father?
Oh, you're talking about the percentages is about 70% of the children that they are in the single family, a mother that's leading the home. And look, I watched my mom do what she did, and it's 6 of us, and I watched her. She still was able to get her education.
Wow.
And to do the things to try to set the best example she could for me. But the thing that I had to understand, and a lot of men do, is that a mother can only do so much. We need to be taught, led, and guided by wise men who understand that there is a great big world out there for us as young men, and we have so many opportunities, but we have to be guided. We have to be encouraged to leave a lot of things that want to take us out: drugs, teen pregnancy, dropping out of school, gangs. It's just a lot that are out there. If fathers are not, as I said, the hero, then the world is waiting for them, and I promise you, they will not love on them like a father will.
No, the world, if a father is not your hero, then you will be hurt. That's the other, and it's just not going to be pretty. But I can truthfully say, Randall, if you're out there, ladies and gentlemen, you hear this, reach out to Randall at relentlessfathersarmy.com. That's relentlessfathersarmy.com. IG, relentless _ Why did he do that? Because it's the foundation. Relentless _fathers _ coaching. He has a program. He has a plan. He has a heart for you. So know that there's hope. As you heard Alicia Williamson sing, there is hope. There is hope. If you were hurt, there's hope to have that H3. Just be humble. Look for the source and check up the none other than Randall Gilbert. So what is the last piece of 20 seconds before we call this a wrap? I told you it was going to go fast. What is your final words of wisdom that you want to give to our audience? Because I know it's extraordinary.
Well, the first step when people come to be with a part of this Relentless Fathers Army, it is so amazing that there is a step that most fathers never hear about until they get in the company of wise men. And the key ingredient is forgiveness. A lot of us walk around, we can't get started because we're carrying around hurt, disappointment, people who have let us down. We continue to carry that for years and years and years. But the best start at the starting line to get to where you would like to be as this relentless and powerful Father, we first walk with you through forgiveness. And you'll be surprised at how lighter you become because you did not know that this was dragging you down. So be ready to come to this Relentless Father's Army, where you're going to join this army because you see a need. You're going to join this army because you want to be a part of the solution. And guess what? As the doctor so eloquently stated, you're going to go out and share this Relentless Father's Army with others.
Frankly, that is beautifully and eloquently put. I guess when you went to the Army, Randy, you said you wanted to learn how to communicate. Guess what? You have succeeded. You have pierced the hearts of so many people that are going to listen. So I'm going to say something that I don't normally do. This will be live on YouTube. You know, our site is YouTube on Healthopedia 365. You know that we are on Traverse TV. So you can watch this replay at traversetv.com. And it is live right now at watch.traversetv.com. Just go there. Share this broadcast. Share that link. Share this, because there is a father out there. Just like I always say, the story that you're waiting on when we talk about our books, someone is just waiting to read, because it's going to give them life, healing, and hope. Randall, you've given us that today in an extraordinary way. I knew that it would be just that, because that's just who you are. I'm going to give you my last little 5 R's of Randall. Yes, first one is R. Randall is real. He is responsible, relentless, and you absolutely are one resilient man. I want to thank you for just spreading the love, spreading your wisdom, and just being here for us, because that's what real men do. And you are real. So the day after Father's Day, I'm just going to say, welcome to the day after Father's Day, because guess what? Fathers, Randall, you just told us that you're here every single day, because when you are, there's that thing that makes all the difference in the world. They become like you, Randall, real, responsible, relentless, and resilient. Thank you so much for sharing this time with us.
And thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. So what I can say is join us next time for Mindset Monday. You'll be seeing reruns Thursday and Monday. Why? Because I'm being a wonderful grandma to my oldest granddaughter. She'll be playing in nationals. Yes, I can't believe it. 2nd in the nation. Well, I guess she took after her dad and her mom with this beautiful, beautiful gift that she has with her athletics. So I'll be a soccer grandma. But in the meantime, that gives you plenty of time to look at this broadcast, think which man needs what Randall has been offering here, which woman needs to have help, even with her man, because he does that as well. So look up this that it went away. I want to just spend a moment, and it's relentlessarmy.com. Look up Relentless Father's Army.com, because being relentless, as Les has told us, it's resilience. And that's what it's all about, because none of us goes out of here alone. Yes, we do. We come in here alone, but between the dashes, we all need each other. So it's possible. It's possible to wear that hard hat. It's possible to be an example, because you were a sterling father. I can truly say that. Go ahead and say, as Les would say, it's possible. It's possible for you. It's possible for me, but it is absolutely knowing that it is possible no matter what, because in the word impossible says, I'm possible, and you can be possible too. So join us in 2 weeks for a live Mindset Monday broadcast with one of our authors from The Essence of a Woman, spiritual coach, Anna McKee. But until then, and everything that you do, and every day, and every way, make it a great Healthopedia kind of day. Ciao for now.